Hi friends, in this video I will share my interview experience of IBM for hardware engineer role. So the role was offered was the hardware engineer, and the offer was for intern plus full-time both. And the selection procedure for this IBM process was written test plus interview round 1 and interview round 2. So the first was the written test round, and there was section in the written test. First section was the basically aptitude plus reasoning, and second section was for the electronics engineering question, which was more focused toward the VLSI questions and digital electronics questions. Third section was basically the coding question, where there were two coding questions. One was on Verilog or VHDL, and second one coding question was on C++. And fourth section was the about the programming languages objective question, and each section has its own sectional cutoff. So the first section was approximately, I think, was moderate side. Second section was also moderate. Third one was towards difficult one side, and fourth one was also towards moderate to difficult side. Section aptitude was, there were, I think, approximately 15 question for 20 minutes for section 1, and fifth section 2 were also 15 question for 20 minutes, or 20 question 15 minutes. I don't exactly remember. So either 15 question 20 minute or 20 question 15 minute. It was like that. Third section was two question, I think, was 20 minutes, and fourth section was 10 question, I think 15 minutes or 10 minutes only. I exactly don't remember the timing. So this was the written test. Written test, according to me, was slightly towards moderate to difficult side. And then after the written test, there are two interview rounds. There was round one, which happened for 90 minutes approximately for me, and it was fully technical questions. And the focused area were my projects, and computer architecture subjects, VLSI design flow, and digital VLSI designs. So few question I will, what I have currently remembered. I am telling few questions. I will try to cover approximately all the questions. So they have read about my project first. I have done project on RISC-V processors. So the first question they asked, what are the RISC-V processors and what are the CISC processors? What are the difference between RISC processor and CISC processors? They started with computer architecture, and they asked, then after that they asked how I have done the implementation of the RISC-V in my projects. So basically they are trying to get the brief idea about how I have done the programming. And then and they asked about what is the pipelining in the processors, what are its importance, and what are the different stages in the pipeline, and what happen in the each stage in the pipeline. And then they are also given a basic numerical about the pipelining. And then they went towards the memory side as well. They asked what are the different types of memories, what are the difference between SRAM and DRAM. Then they went towards the cache sites. What is the cache? What are the cache? What is the cache hierarchy? How data is get written in the cache? What are the different hazards in the processors? They asked. And they also he also he has also asked few question about the DSA. There I totally denied that I never studied the subject DSA. So he two times he wanted to touch the DSA, and to both times I said sorry, I never studied the DSA. And this was the basically computer architecture round. First he asked about the computer architecture. Then second interviewer in the same round one, second interviewer came, and he asked about the VLSI design flow. There he asked me first. First question was explain me the complete RTL to GDS flow. And when I was explaining, I started explaining him the RTL to GDS. He was started cross questioning in after my each line. The cross question was like, why we do this, and what will happen if we don't do this, and what tool we do in this step, how tool do this the step. And he was cross questioning in each step from complete RTL till GDS. And the like what are what tool do in logic synthesis, what happen in the logic synthesis at the tool end, and what will happen if we don't do STA in the design, what happen in the CTS, what is the importance of CTS, what tool do in the CTS, and what changes will happen after the CTS, just like that he was cross questioning. And what are the different files we use in the each step, he was also asking. And he asked about me decoupling capacitor, what is the importance of decoupling capacitor, what is clock buffer. And in the front end and front end and back end, he touched the both areas. And like what is the floor planning, what is the power planning, how we do the floor planning, how tool do the floor planning, what is the how we do the power planning, how tool do the power planning, what is the DFT, what is the importance of DFT, just like he asked me about the complete RTL to GDS. And then after that, they went towards the digital VLSI design. There they started with the what is the standard cell, what are the different standard cell. Give few example: OAI, AOI 321123, just like that I have given. Sorry, OAI 32122, like that. And what are the 12 track height signifies, because I have written that I have done project on 12 track height. So he asked me what is the 12 track height signifies and what are the different other heights, what. And he asked me what happens, what changes will happen if we change the height of PMOS, what electrical change will happen, what mechanical change, what physical change will happen in the design. So yeah, what are the different technologies I have worked on other than 65 nanometers. So I explained 90 nanometer and 180 nanometer. And they went towards the, then later on they asked about the few power related question, what are different powers in the uh, design, they asked. So this was the round one, which went towards approximately, which went for 90 minutes. And the subjects, focused subjects was project mainly. Basically they choose the subject from the projects only. So the my projects was on computer architecture, VLSI design flow, and digital VLSI design. So they have took these three subjects only. And then round two was happened. The round two was basically managerial round, which was mixed of both technical and non-technical questions, and went approx 30 minutes. So round one was the different panel, different person has taken the round one, and round two was taken by different persons. So he round in the round two, he also took my projects, and he asked, explain me RTL to GDS flow. Again, he asked the same question, and he also cross questioned in the RTL to GDS. And he also uh, touched a few risk, questions about risk processors. And then he asked about few non-technical questions, just like what you do in other than these studies, and why you are doing the masters. After the bachelor's you can get the job, why you are opted for masters, he asked. And he also asked a few questions. He also asked me what are your interest in the front end or back end. So there I told I am interested and comfortable in both front end and back end. Then he forcefully asked what specifically you want to choose. Then I told physical design and RTL about that. And this round happened about 30 minutes. And then I hope this video will be helpful if you ever want to join IBM as the hardware engineer as a fresher. So this video might be helpful for you. Thank you.